Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Looking Glass. Today we're going to talk about communication, and there's many different forms of communication. Three of the main ways of communicating is phone calls, emails, and texting. And there are others, there's blogs and things along those lines. But the three main ones are those, and not necessarily in that order, but phone calls, email, and texting. The one thing that I find in my line of work with event planning and things along those lines is people will call, they'll actually email and ask, can you send me your packages and prices? And that's all well and good, but it doesn't really address questions that a lot of us might have. And egocentric thinking, we all think that we have questions, but a lot of times those questions will generate questions on the other person's behalf. Like, for example, someone will email and say, can you send me your packages and prices? First off, my question is going to be, well, is your event going to be in such and such city? How many hours of coverage are you looking for? And with photography, are you looking for an album in your package? Or are you looking for just a CD only? Are you interested in an engagement portrait session? And then, of course, there's other factors like how big is the album and how many pictures do I choose and things like that. So a lot of times, basically, a phone call is my preferred way because you can ask these initial questions right up front, and then you're going to get answers without having to wait maybe as much as 2 weeks. I do find a lot of times our clients will ask a question and I'll answer it usually within 30 minutes to an hour, and then I won't hear back from them for a week or so, and then when next time we do communicate, it'll get conveyed that they forgot to check their email, or they were just so overwhelmed, or they couldn't find the email. Even better yet, they couldn't find my answer to them because of the amount of emails that we all receive. So initially, phone calls are really good for that. It doesn't really take a lot of time to find out if a date is available, and then you also are going to get some feedback on personality, rapport, which you really can't pick up in an email. I mean, you can kind of tell if somebody's sarcastic in an email, but you really can't tell the warmth and the helpfulness that they might be willing to offer. And then, of course, if you like the communication through the phone call and then you want to get some information emailed to you just so that it's really easy to refer to, that's fine. And then you'll know if you want to set that next step as far as like setting an appointment to actually meet, if that's convenient. And then, actually that reminds me, there is another form of communication that you don't even have to live in the same city, still being able to pick up all the benefits of like a phone call, and that would be through Skype or one of the newer ones, ooVoo. ooVoo is nice because you can actually communicate with 2 or more people, up to 12 people simultaneously, and it's all free. So you can do video conferencing, and then you can actually see albums and you can see the person. And with Skype, you can do that also, but I believe that you do have to pay for the premium plan to be able to video conference more than one person at a time. So ooVoo, great. Phone calls, great. Email, fantastic as well. And texting. Those two, I think, are better suited for once you've established communication, but it's all personal preference. So whatever you think works for you, we just try to make it stress-free and not have to wait days or weeks for answers that cause frustration on wanting to lock a date in with either a venue site or another vendor. So my name's Gary, and looking forward to talking with you again. And as always, reminding you that today is a gift and this one is yours.